Hey guys, welcome back to day 2 of 119 days of link building. I'm your host, Deepak Shukla at Pearl Lemon, and as it says there in the little text at the bottom, just go ahead and click the link below, and there's an additional 17 strategies that will not be included in this training that you can go ahead and access. Today I wanted to talk about testimonial link building actually. Now this is, in my mind, a very, very cool strategy that's much less, for example, exhaustive than guest post link building. If any of you have seen that, that was video number 1, day number 1. So look, with testimonial link building, it's a pretty cool strategy. So fundamentally, at any business that you're part of, or even if you're a solopreneur, then you're going to use a stunning range of tools. Many of them are not huge tools that are run, for example, by billion-dollar companies, which means that the smaller the company is, the more likely you're going to get a response from them individually, and the more likely you're actually going to be, for example, to be able to connect with their marketing, sales, and operations teams. Why is this important? Because that's where you fundamentally can get a link back to your website. So how does that play into testimonials? So if you think about it, I'm using Google Slides right now, and I'm using a screen recording software called Screencast-O-Matic. And some of you bright guys and gals and everything in between might have already realized where it is that I'm actually going with this. So the whole principle is that all of you who are involved in your business, like for example, Pearl Lemon, will be using a whole range of software, okay? As well as hardware. So you'll be using software tools, you'll be using hardware devices, and you'll be using them together to ultimately generate some level of commercial result. Okay, so by commercial result, I mean in some way it's adding value to your everyday work as well as potentially your life if we extend it even further out when you begin to look at supplements that you use, food that you eat. And across the board, you are doing all of these things. And this could, when you really start to think about this laterally, be hundreds of ultimately products and services. Okay, so with that in mind, what that means is that you're getting ultimately a return. You're getting a return on investment from using it, and therefore you could probably talk about that return on investment, couldn't you? And for those companies that are less than billion-dollar businesses that have sizable, or small rather, marketing, sales, and operations departments and web development departments, you could probably engage with them and tell them about your result, thus becoming a testimonial. So look, you then therefore have the opportunity to generate hundreds of potential links to your actual website based upon legitimate experiences you're having with using products. So we're all influencers to that end, and we can help influence the visitors of any website by being a brand ambassador for that website. So how have we done it at Pearl Lemon? To give some practical examples of it. So we use Screencast-O-Matic. I'm using Screencast-O-Matic right now to record this video. And as you can see, how a rising SEO company is growing digitally with forward thinking. So as you can see here, this is the quotable that we've got on the Screencast-O-Matic website. They've got a link back to ultimately our website, and we have repeated this strategy. To be honest with you, we could probably do it even more because we're not doing it enough. This is one page that we're doing it on. They've quoted us twice, which is great. You can see that we've got another link back from ultimately You Can Book Me, which is fantastic. And then we've also got 5 advanced strategies, and we're being reused here again, I believe. Let's just search for Pearl Lemon. Yeah, okay, here we go. So they're using us as a reference point. So really think about all of the places that you could potentially get links from. So if I go into, for example, my Chrome plugins, which is an obvious place, I should probably reach out to every single company that's here. And a good way to do this, ironically, is to use Awesome Screenshot. I can't entire screen app and window. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's gonna probably bug out this recording. But as you can see here, I've got all of these tools that I'm using, and I could reach out to all of them to offer a testimonial in exchange for using their tools. So it's a pretty straightforward way to generate more ultimately links back to your website. So really think across the board. I've got Chrome plugins here. Also think about any tools you have software subscriptions to have a look at any tools that you download. So Yappa tool too, that's another tool that I use. I've got Drift here. So there's a whole range of tools. And the way to think about it is how much so the things that people like to report upon, and here's a second element to testimonial link building, is that you need to be able to communicate a quantitative improvement in work that you do as a consequence of using that tool. And that can come as a factor of productivity, which can equate with time and therefore a money saving, because if you attribute a pound, dollar, euro, otherwise value, Bitcoin value to your time, and if you save some of your time through the use of a tool, what does that mean in terms of the monetary saving? Then there's also ultimately, the revenue increase that comes as a consequence of me using Screencast-O-Matic to produce, for example, videos like these. So look, there's really, really a strong range of ways that you can talk about legitimate results that you've got from tools that you use. We've got a whole range of them here. If you then scale that out to your team, there's going to be hundreds, I think. I mean, if I really dug deep and looked at every device, instrument, and otherwise in my home, it would probably be hundreds just for myself. So testimonial link building is something that people aren't doing enough. Do it more to get these, and then they're reusing it, these kinds of results from your outreach activities. See you on the next one. And once again, click the link below to get those additional strategies that I'm not going to be sharing in this training. See you guys.